You know how it is at big events these days, people whipping out their cell phones, taking pictures, flashes, flashing, all the excitement of that. But I'm not talking about a concert. I'm talking about the movie theater. Hi, I'm Scott Ott with Bill Whittle and Stephen Green, and this episode of Right Angle is brought to you by the members at BillWhittle.com. And gentlemen, I saw a story in the New York Times about a growing trend which they attribute to people forgetting how to behave in the movie theater due to the pandemic. Because Stephen Green, during the pandemic, if you were watching a movie on TV, you'd take a picture of yourself watching the movie and you'd put that on your social media. Well, apparently, that's what, well, not you, but now that's what people are doing at the movie theater. They're whipping out their cell phones, and this was particularly evident during the Barbie movie rush in the summer this year, that people were literally, during the show, taking selfies, videoing what was happening on the screen. Like if you missed the Barbie movie at the theater, you could watch most of it on TikTok if you want to. And just using that opportunity in the theater there that used to be sort of this hallowed sanctum of darkness and quiet to be their playground for selfies and Instagram personality building and profile building. Steve, I know I'm a grouchy old man, so I'm not asking you, is this just because I'm a grouchy old man? But what do you think happens to a culture that no longer has boundaries between public and private behavior, or to a people who feel privileged to be able to do whatever they want without any kind of association to how it's affecting others?
Yeah, I think boundaries is the important thing. I'll get to that in just a sec. First, I just want to say I could fix this problem immediately. One of the great action movies of all time has got to be Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior.
No question.
Brilliant in every possible way.
Yes.
And you've got bad guys who are archetypes. You don't need a backstory. You don't need to hear about their troubled childhood or anything. You just look at these guys with the leather, the spikes, the snarls, the attitude, all of it, and you go, "Oh, that's a bad dude. I don't want to mess with him unless I'm Mad Max." And, that's part of the fun of being in the movie. You get to kind of pretend to be Mad Max and taking on all the scary-looking bad guys. We need to start putting those guys in usher uniforms and sticking them in movie theaters. One look from one of those guys, and a little Miss 14-year-old princess with her iPhone is probably going to drop the iPhone and wet herself at the same time. Problem solved. Word will get around. Word will get around very, very quickly that the Road Warrior bad guys are now the ushers, and you better have some boundaries, to get back to that word. Yeah, this is, as soon as you said the word boundaries and that lack of a boundary between the public and the private and the way your behavior affects others, made me realize something, that this minor bad behavior of taking a selfie in the movie theater during the movie is it's kind of a subset of what we're seeing in the queer world becoming sort of normalized, where whatever your sexual preference is, it's that thing you've got to wear on your sleeve or whatever it is you're actually wearing, and put yourself on TikTok and have all your flags in your second grader's schoolroom and absolute public displays of things that are supposed to be very, very private.
And everybody else has to take a knee to it as well.
Exactly. There's a reason why